San Diego Mayor Bob Filner and City Attorney Jan Goldsmith butt heads this week over medical marijuana. At the heart of the dispute is whether the city can finally find a way for pot dispensaries to exist in San Diego so that people who need marijuana for medicinal uses can get access. Joining me now is City Attorney Jan Goldsmith and Eugene Davidovich with San Diego Americans for Safe Access. We did invite Mayor Filner to be on the show today. He was unavailable. Here's what he said at an Americans for Safe Access meeting on Tuesday.
The city attorney is our attorney, so we can direct him on things. If the city council and the mayor agree that he should not be using this zoning stuff, to persecute people, then we can say that to him, and he can't do it.
Jan, the mayor used some pretty harsh language over the prosecutions of these dispensaries for zoning violations. He said you haven't been helpful. He said you're a little guy who maybe could be intimidated. You've shot back and said, look, there's no need for drama. It takes 30 seconds to change this. Just this morning, he wrote a letter to code enforcement asking them to stop these prosecutions, to stop citing these dispensaries. Is that enough?
It's probably too much. The first part's too much. The letter itself was enough. The only reason why we are pursuing these cases is because we are asked to do that by San Diego Police Department and Neighborhood Code Compliance Unit, both of which are under his direction, the mayor's direction. So the mayor simply instructs them not to send us cases. There's no cases to pursue. We get our evidence from them. We don't go out there and check to see if there's zoning violations. We rely on those agencies to send us requests to enforce the ordinances. It's up to the mayor as to whether they do that.
We're at the start of his term. You've been there for 4 years, but we're at the start of the mayor's term. How would you characterize your relationship with the mayor?
I think it's a period of adjustment, and I think he needs some slack, and I'm giving him some slack. I don't take personal offense at this point. I think he needs that time to adjust from being a congressman, kind of advocate, rabble-rouser, whatever you want to be, to a mayor and being mayoral and leadership. I think this little episode, if there's one thing that we learned from that, is that he's mayor, he has certain powers and authority. When he has them, I'm going to acknowledge him as I have.
I want to talk
when
about...
we have ours, though, we're going to do it.
I want to talk about your powers. You've been city attorney for 4 years. Have you ever drafted and proposed an ordinance that would allow these dispensaries to exist within the law?
Actually, Mary Noesco is one of our chief deputies, worked on the task force that put together the ordinance, and we're happy to do that, but it's not our role to decide whether to adopt an ordinance. That's the city council and the mayor.
But some would argue that you're the legal advisor to the city, that voters have said that they are okay with these dispensaries and that it is the job of the city attorney. I just want to move on real quickly.
Well, let me respond to that, because our job is to enforce the zoning code when we receive information and requests from the administration to enforce those codes. Whether to pass an ordinance to set where dispensaries should be or whether they should be in certain areas, that's a function for the mayor and the city council, and I'm going to respect that.
Okay, Eugene, so the mayor has said he'll craft an ordinance, but the city council did this back in 2011. It was repealed. What makes you think it won't happen now?
Well, I applaud the mayor for his movement forward on this issue. This is a huge step forward. We have finally are starting to see a stop to the continued waste of our taxpayers' dollars on these 100+ lawsuits to shut down dispensaries, rather than to create a regulation that would actually facilitate where they could be, how patients could get their medicine, and regulate this issue. And just as quickly as it took for the mayor to write the letter to Mr. Goldsmith's office, I think it would be just as easy for Mr. Goldsmith's office to write recommendations and an ordinance to the mayor and to the city council for how dispensaries should be regulated in the city of San Diego. This would significantly speed up the process.
But even if this happens, is the elephant in the room, is not the elephant in the room, the U.S. U.S. Attorney's Office, who's made it quite clear and has proven that she will shut down these dispensaries. How is that circumvented? Medical
marijuana has been legal in the state of California since 1996. Dispensaries are legal. The sales of medical marijuana is legal. It's unfortunate that the Laura Duffy has decided to waste federal resources on shutting folks down, but I think that is a side issue, and what's important is safe access for patients in San Diego, and in order to provide that, as the mandate in state law requires, we need regulations at the City Council level.
And we're going to have to wind it up there, and I do want to say that we asked Laura Duffy to come on the program. She declined. Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.